How's it going? December, time for another update. Quite a bit's gone on. You know, I mentioned last month no fish dead. And now I got 2 fish gone. The firefish died middle of November. Jumped out of the tank one night, commit suicide. Jumped right out of the feeder top here. I keep it open so it does not overheat because it gets pretty warm with the top down, especially being on the 2nd floor of my house with all the other tanks around it. I mean, lizard tanks, snake tanks, scorpions, tarantulas. They all have lights and heaters, and the whole room just heats up to like almost 90 degrees with everything closed, so I gotta keep the tank nice and cool. It runs around 78 degrees, 79 degrees in the winter, and 80, 81 in the summer. So David's dead. Yeah, he committed suicide. Didn't like it. And about a week ago, I noticed I have not seen Marty, my Blue Mandrin. I haven't seen it. I've been looking and looking, and it's only 28 gallons. I can't find him. I'm assuming this big guy right here got hungry. Even though I feed it every other day, I put probably 2-3 pieces of krill on it and eats it right up, no problem. But yeah, the tank has been switched around quite a bit because the anemone decides it wants to move again. It used to be located right behind this rock, right there, and it took up that whole section. Now it's on the side of the rock, and it is messing with everybody. I've had to move the blue mushrooms right here. I moved those down here from up there in the center because it was stinging them. I also moved the orange, God, I can't even think of what it's called. It starts with a P though. I'll probably write it down. I'll write it in the caption. What else have I moved? Oh, I moved the Spider-Man mushrooms here, the red with blue spots. I had to move those because it was stinging them as well. Yeah, and I cut a lot of the pulsing zinnia off. I had so much pulsing zinnia. It wasn't growing at all. I did not see the pulsing zinnia grow for the longest time. So I went ahead, I had a little piece rip off of this piece right here. I moved it up there, and now I got a bush. A huge amount of pulsing zinnia. So I've been cutting that out left and right. As well as all the brown polyps, the reddish brown polyps you see underneath the can't think of what the name of that guy is either. It starts with an S. I just don't want to say it because I'm sure I'll say it wrong. But I've been removing a lot of polyps, taking those out. You see that green mushroom right there, the metallic green mushroom. I cut that off of the rock over here because it was just covering everybody. So I took them right off. I didn't even have to cut them off. They just peeled right off. And I just set him on there, and he stuck. This orangish red fire recordia or yama, don't know what it is starting to bud. It's leaving behind another one, so it's having a baby. I just have so many mushrooms in this tank. I've probably purchased 30, and there's over 60 mushrooms in this 28-gallon tank. They are everywhere. I mean, I got the purple mushrooms, that orange mushroom's doing good right there. I got the green striped mushroom that's got 2 little babies next to it. I got this green mushroom here. Sometimes it's neon yellow and sometimes it's green. I got a mushroom back here growing. Tons of them here, just everywhere. Got the Florida Recordia, mushrooms, mushrooms, more mushrooms. Ooh, The purple mushroom. That thing is beautiful. I moved it from down here. Now, these damn spaghetti worms are just pissing me off. They are just messing with everybody. So, I took it off of the sand bed, moved it up here. It's spreading out a whole lot more. I got this huge mushroom growing in the back on the cocoa worm. Just giant. Speaking of worms, my feather duster, I call it a worm, lost its head. I call it its head, the little fanny thing on the cocoa worm, the fan. It was sticking out one day, came back up in the bedroom, and boom, it was in the green polyps. I don't know if the green polyps ripped it out or the emerald crab. I have an emerald crab in here that runs around, and it likes to nibble on things. I'm thinking maybe it messed with it or something. I'm not sure. Orange Monty doing good. Green Monty doing good. Getting real close to the blue-green Recordia right here. And this little chocolate chip mushroom in the center. And then there's a Recordia on the side. I'm going to have to move those soon because that green Monty is getting pretty close. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I lost 2 fish this month, which sucks because there goes 35 bucks. And I liked them. I really did. I loved the firefish and I love the Mandrin. I like everything in the tank, so I can't say too much. Oh, there's my green bullseye mushroom. There's one underneath it, one to the left. There's one right there on top of the Monty. Right there. That thing's everywhere, just popping up all over the place. I know I've asked a few of you in the past what these things were in between my pulsing xenia. I've gone online, I cannot find a single glass anemone that looks like this. I've had glass anemones before, I've killed them, but somebody on YouTube said that this looked like a glass anemone. I don't see it. If it's a glass anemone and you guys know it, you know, give me some feedback, let me know, and I'll start killing it right away. Because it has grown from there to right there, all the way down at the bottom of the tank. I got 1, 2 right there. Another one inside this snail shell. Look at all those spaghetti worms. I mean, my sand, you know, they talk about live sand and people tell me sand's not alive. Man, there is just too much growing in my sand. Everywhere you look. I mean, just tons of it. I mean, the sand just gets up and moves. You drop a piece of food and it's gone quick. I also got these new, not new, but something I found, and I found out it's a snail. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's a hard-shelled snail that just, it doesn't move. It coils up and then it has a long neck on it and it shoots out a web that collects stuff. I don't know, it's just a disturbance. Nuisance. Every time it shoots out a web it just looks disgusting. Orange Digi doing well. A lot of new pieces on it growing. 4 right there on the top, and if I look at it at the top you can tell there's a bunch more. Green Digi, tons of new growth on that thing. Tons of it. It's huge. I also Gonopora. The pink Gonopora, look at the green. I mean, it's just got this green stuff growing on the side of it. I assume it's algae. I don't think it's doing well, so I tore it off of the rock it was on. I broke a nice piece off it and glued it to this rock over here. I don't know if you can see that. Just a little dinky piece, so hopefully maybe it'll start spreading. hopefully. If not, oh well. But I would say that's the update for December. Any questions, comments, feel free to write them. I read everything. I have not got the refugium going yet, but soon. It's sitting right there. I got the little 260 gallon pump for it. I just gotta pick up the PVC, get that taken care of, and I need to put a new light in there. The light in there now is just a regular old junk light that came with the 10 gallon years ago when we bought it. But I'm gonna put a decent bulb in there, possibly move the anemone and Hugs and Kisses, the 2 clownfish, in that 10 gallon. I've thought about it. Not sure if it's something I want to do. I just don't like the fact that I've had to move everything in my tank because it wants to move around. So anybody out there with a nano tank, 30 gallons or less, if you love your corals, do not purchase an anemone. Mine is, I've had it for 3-4 months and it's huge. It's probably 8 inches in diameter. The fish love it. It just bothers the hell out of everything. So for all you YouTubers out there starting new tanks, do not buy an anemone. Not for a small tank, that's for sure. But yeah, that's my reef. Hope you guys like this update. And look forward to everyone's updates. So, take some vids and post them on so I can see what's going on. You guys have a good day. Peace.